with the finale fast approaching, I decided to, I went and did some levels, some completion stuff on my own, not too heavily. I did finish, Hollis's Hot Streak and Compton's Cook-Off. And I thought but aside from that, I also went and got all the memory vaults that I missed. So I thought, before we proceed, let's, go through them all. So first we got Lobato's Labyrinth and Enhancement Under the Sea, where Lobato was hired for his kidnapping of Truman to the Rhombus of Ruin, where he also experimented on some fish to make his minions. And then Lobato's interpretation of events, where he got Truman, was doing stuff, but then the Psychonauts show up and made a mess of things, according to him. Of course, this isn't what happened. Now, to Hollis's classroom, Dr. Potts is the pits, where she was working at this hospital. And we can assume this was some side of... I assume this might have been some sort of brain surgery or something. But then her superior plagiarized, and she thought to investigate how to use mental connection. Of course, she uses this. It goes very bad. And the Psychonauts have to come in and fix it. But Truman, recognizing her abilities, gets her to join. And then with the first of the Psychic Six that we properly get to meet, we get Compton Bull, who, just like the rest of his family, specializes in communicating with animals. It seems he was trying to liberate a bunch of animals, but overwhelmed by the noise of thankful animals, that happens. He goes to jail, but then Ford Cruller recruits him. And we can assume that happens after Ford already met Lucy. Compton on his own. It seems that Compton and Cassie used to tend to bees together quite a bit. And assuming by that thing being shaped like a bowling ball, I assume they liked bowling a lot. I mean, they were both senior league. They had that bowling picture, so... And then there was the fight against Maligula. Compton tried using an army of animals to help fight her. But of course, no match for her water. Helmet died. I've been noticing every member of the Psychic Six whose mind we get to explore has this in their memory vaults, where we get to see their memories of honoring Ford. I just kind of want to call attention to this. Here we have... not Ford, Helmet. So we have Ford, Compton, Bob, Otto... Cassie, Bob, Otto, Compton, in that order. And then the founding of the Psychonauts proper. Ford already looks out of it. Otto seems to be the only one who's happy. Compton has his big ol' office. And Cassie left. And Compton appears to be overwhelmed by many things. Oh, his completed image. It's so cute. Then we have Psyking Sensorium. These you can only get after getting mental projection. Helmet's Hail Mary. Now showing Helmet's psychic something closed. It seems using his psychic powers he enhanced his shows. With not much of an audience, but Ford was there. And it seems Helmet was recruited last. Showing off his abilities, we can see Bobs and Otto fell in love. Ford forgets. So here's Helmet and Bob against Maligula, where Helmet takes a hit and falls into the ice as it's freezing. Everyone's mournful, but Helmet has some smelling salts. And right before everything finishes freezing, he throws his brain. Here we see Ford with a captured Maligula and Helmet's brain. He does the astrolathe stuff, the stuff he did to himself, and Ford just plainly did forget Helmet, unfortunately, and Otto just found the brain. Psychonauts summoned. So, it seems over in Grulovia, we have Maligula becoming famous. Dam destruction drowns dozens and destabilized dictatorship. Everyone's quite shocked by these events. It seems governments came to get their help to try to stop Maligula. And with this being the first mind we saw, we didn't quite have the context of why they looked so solemn about it, but now we know. It was their friend. But before all that, Ford met Lucy, who was helping with mining of titanium. And they started dating. But then, Grulovia had a war, Lucy left, and it seems participating in the war left Lucy different. Ford implies that their experimentation over at the Green Needle Gulch is what affected everyone's psyches, because it left them vulnerable, he said. Which I guess means vulnerable to just more easily traumatized or affected by trauma, because the brain does respond to trauma in quite harsh ways, and if you're already psychically vulnerable, I don't doubt that the brain will react in even harsher extremes to trauma, which seems to be what happened to Lucy as Ford desperately writes to her. But the letter never made it. And in Tomb of the Sarcophagus, we learn what Ford did. They didn't kill Maligula, they captured her. And into the astrolathe, Maligula was placed and altered. Here is inside of her mind, where we see some sort of locket and a dam of emotional baggage to lock away Maligula. He pulled Augustus out from an orphanage. Messed with his mind, too. And it seems he rewrote Augustus's memories, so he would think that that was his mother. And it left both of them happy. Only for Ford to, you know, fracture his own mind after. With Bob, we have his memories of childhood. It seems his father was a veteran who died, and that likely left his mother grieving and alcoholic, because she spent her time in her greenhouse, died there, as we can surmise from exploring Bob's mind. And with Bob first visiting there, the vines offered him drinks. If the drinks were already there, that just kinda, to me, further evidence that she was likely an alcoholic from the grief. Cutting the roots. Once again, the fight against Maligula. Bob trying to use his plants to fight back, but they didn't quite work. And then Helmet died. The flowers are wilted. There's no one else. Seems Bob's memory is him alone, where this is after everyone else already grieved. Likely in his grief, based on how we found him, he likely just turned very nasty and angry in his grief. And it seems his own nephew was not very happy to have to fire him. And grief can leave people very angry, which just seems what happened to Bob. Oh, I just noticed the picture is him in helmet there. And over we have... First we're doing this one, because chronologically it makes sense first, and we found it first. Cassie's escape plan. She was a counterfeiter for someone in Fanny Flats. And it seems at some point Cassie got captured. And she said a lot to keep herself protected. And from her mind, it seems the police said that they would protect her. But you know, that left her extremely nervous. Because the cops are, well, cops. And, well, as the saying goes, snitches get stitches. So she started writing her book, Mindswarm, and used the counterfeiting press to print her own books. And it seems the book was very successful, and with her earnings, she got to escape and have a cozier life. And now, protect the Queen. She tried to use her motivational speaking skills to see if she can reach out to Lucy. That, of course, didn't quite work, and also based on that, I'm assuming she controlled the ink from the book itself, which is kind of cool. Here we have them grieving again, and oh, this actually matches Compton's memory. From her mind, it seems she didn't think highly of Otto. And she probably just didn't feel like she fit in with the Psychonauts. Ford was left... One of her best friends, Ford. It seems she greatly admired Ford, and Ford, well, was left broken. And so she just went to the Green Needle Gulch to keep attending to her bees. And... likely with the creation of the librarian that left her so defensive to the outside world, it seems that likely manifested in the bees. And, well, it took 13 minutes to go through all that. Oops. But I thought it'd be neat to just explore all of those, get all our lore, you know, before we proceed.
Okay, I have a feeling I'm about to get into some heavy business. Am I sure I'm ready for this? I'm ready for whatever might happen.
If you're worried about collectibles and completion, after you beat the story, you do get to free roam. It's not like Psychonauts 1, where there's permanent points of no return.
Took you long enough.
It still works.
Of course it still works. Otto over-engineers everything.
Cruller, I think that's the nicest thing you've ever said about me.
Otto, you're looking well fed.
Ford, you sound like your old self.
Well, some things are clear to me now that weren't before. But come on, there's a lot to be done.
Ford! Ford, is it really you?
Cassie! Compton!
And Bob. I'm happy to see all of you again.
What's Nick from the mailroom doing here?
That's actually Helmet Fullbear's brain in Nick's body.
I do love making a grand entrance.
Sounds like Fullbear.
He's in there, all right. But where have you been?
You don't want to know that.
I've missed you so much, Big Bear.
I never thought I'd see everybody together again.
Well, almost everybody.
Hey, I remember this place. We used to sneak in here and fool around on the beanbags, remember? Lucy.
Everybody ready? Now, this hunk of junk was made by Auto Mentalis. So, there's no telling what might happen.
Oh, what can I say? I was underfunded back then.
But if everything goes well, we might be able to have our dear friend Lucretia back in the circle. For good. Now, you ready?
Kind of.
Me too, kid.
Norma's here for some reason, which, I remember when I was first playing, I thought, oh no, is she the mole? But nah, she's just a snitch. Anyway, we go into Nona's mind. I truly do appreciate just how everyone... I thought Bob was gonna be so angry because she's the one who took Helmet away from him, but like... It's so touching that he's the one who hugs her. Anyway, into her mind we go. And we might start hearing some familiar tunes.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is my great pleasure to present to you the high-flying, death-defying, ironically named Aquato Family Circus. Augustus, Donatella, Dion, Frazee, Rasputin, Murtala, and little baby Queepy. And the most important member of the family, one who's been here the whole time. Nona Aquato, right where she belongs, in the heart of her family.
What is this?
It's a mental construct I made for Lucy to convince her that she was your grandmother and that she lived with you. Come on, it's time to get her out of here.
I promise this won't be a traumatizing time like
Ew.
the...
What did you step in?
I don't know. It looks like a puddle of goo. With a mask of me in it.
Has anyone seen my brother? He was just standing here a second ago.
Ah, here he is.
Oh, well, come on, Raz. It's showtime.
You better play along with this, Raz. We don't want to upset the construct until we have control of its situation. I'll work on Nona.
So welcome to the Flea Circus.
Can't Dion do this one?
In my sleep. It's a better show if you do it, Rasputin, because the audience isn't sure if you'll make it.
I like how even in this construct, Dion's an asshole.
Stay in control, Rasputin. Knew it.
Yes, I believe it's just, for now we just do...
I'm going to pretend I didn't see that. If you fall, I get to punch you in the arm.
Yes.
My boy! Finally!
Oh, good boy. Oh. Well, that's something I don't need to worry about anymore.
Used electrifying, the devil high flying. Exciting show you'll ever see.
Step right up to the wheel of endangerment and behold the daring father-daughter team of Crazy and Augustus Aquato. One will live, one will die. Maybe. Who knows? Only one way to find out.
Help! Raz, over here! I'm supposed to be doing my weightlifting, but we're stuck on this out-of-control merry-go-round.
We're gonna die.
Oh, the slow-mo.
Try to find the emergency brake. Aw, the ride's over. Let's do it again. Time for my amazing show of strength.
Oh, phew. The children are safe. Good job, Rasputin.
It seems Nona's big desire is just wanting to see the family
Round
safe.
and round the wheel goes. Will Crazy kill her papa? No one knows.
I don't remember how many... Oh, not get a wisdom.
I'll take this nugget.
What can we even upgrade at this point? Yeah, might as well.
The only thing sadder than a child stabbing their parent is when it happens without an audience. Don't let this sacrifice be for nothing.
I know there's at least one emotional baggage around here. Let's,
Step right up to the wheel of endangerment and behold the daring father-daughter team of Crazy and Augustus Aquato.
yeah, man,
One will live, one will die. Maybe. Who knows? Only one way to find out.
the Deluge of Gulovia. Here it seems to be Morona, because we can tell from the glasses. And, Laszlo. Help us down with the Tsar, feed the people. And she just made it rain. But the rains broke the dam. The dam disaster was never on purpose. It was literally an accident. Killing her own sister seemed to have broken something inside
Round and
her.
round the wheel goes. Will Crazy kill her papa? No one knows.
So Maligula, as a part of her mind,
The only thing
literally
sadder than a
was
child stabbing
a
their
trauma
parents
response.
Is when it happens without an audience. Don't let this sacrifice be for nothing.
Yeah, man, shut up. I got it. Let me get my collectibles first. Also, this video is already going to be half an hour long, minimum.
Wheel of endangerment, and behold the daring father-daughter team of Crazy and Augustus Aquato. One will live, one will die. Maybe. Who knows? Only one way to find out.
Come on now. Be a big girl and throw knives at Daddy. I just don't feel good about it it after last time.
Anyone can make a mistake, Frazee.
But how about your leg?
Now pick up a knife and throw it.
I won't cut off one of Dad's legs. I will beat you on this.
You've got this, Rasputin. Come on now. The fans are way pretty good. Pretty good.
Like how these balloons are not anywhere near his actual legs.
You did it, my boy. You're my favorite son now.
Wait, what was that?
Wow. Flea Dad tells it like it is.
Okay, my turn to throw knives at Dad.
Not the most functional family. But at least they're all alive. Okay, all the children are safe. No, I will show you my little secret. Come with me to the high dive.
Yep, and I believe that's everything in this little section. We were pretty thorough. Again, I've said that about every other level, but I think I'll end this video here. Next time, we'll explore the remainder of Nona's mind. Hasta luego.